Okay, I want to talk a bit about lighting, measuring lighting. Lighting can be somewhat complicated, but there are systems to figure it out. This is a 13 watt CFL bulb. You can't see it. I aimed the camera at it, but you can't tell what it is. It's too bright. So anyway, if I measure the light 1 meter approximately away, I get a lux reading of 90 lux. Now I should get 90 lux if I measured in any direction, because those kind of lights put light out in 360 degrees everywhere. Now, the area defined by that 90 lux would be 1 square meter. So there's really 90 lux being produced from 90 lumens that are falling on this square meter. Now that area is known as a steradian, 1 meter by 1 square meter, that cone of light. If you added up all of the cones of light coming from this, you'd end up with 12.5 steradians. So if I multiply that by 12.5, I should get the total lumens of this lamp. So we've got 90 lux times 12.5. It's 1,100. I'm going to write that down. 1,100 lumens. That's a 13 watt. So I divide that by 13. We get 86. So it's, I guess, 86 lumens per watt. Now, this kind of bulb only produces about 16 lumens a watt. So I'm going to see if we can see if that's accurate. I've got a 100 watt incandescent bulb. And if I read the lux, it's 114. So again, I take 114 times 12.5 steradians, gives me 1425, which is within the range of accuracy. 100 watt incandescent. It's anywhere between 13 and 16 lumens per watt, so perhaps a little low. Maybe I'm getting shade or something. Anyways, let's see. Okay, the next thing to talk about will be LEDs. I'll go get one and be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. This is, I don't know if you can see it up here. It's an LED. Get some more light. I don't know if you can see it. I got a bigger one. This is a bigger one. You'll see it when I get some light on here. It's a big one up here. Can you see that? That's a big one. There's several light emitting diodes under that surface. It has a place for the heatsink conduction path in the back. This is a big bridge lux. This is a little Cree. I think it's about a 4 watt. The other one's over 100 watts. Okay, now the difference between, oh, that's hot, an LED and the other type of lights is that all the light is coming out only on this side. In fact, most of it is coming down in a beam of about 60 degrees. Light meter going here. Gonna have to change the range. Now this area is considered to be the area of interest. The light coming from this is a maximum angle of about 115 or 120 degrees, but most of it is coming down where you want it. So it's a very useful light. Now the test current on this particular one is 1100 mA. It's coming down, where is it? May as well get into the center. It's right out here. Bin test current on this is 1100 milliamps. We'll just set it to 1100. I'm getting 1,630. Now I tested that before. Did I get the same? Let me see. 1630. Let me write that down. Okay, I don't have a fan on this guy, so it might overheat. Just let me turn the current down a little bit. And get some other light going here. Okay, now $1,630 lux. If I were to multiply that by the 12.5 steradians, I would get actually the wrong number, because like I said, it's not putting out light everywhere, it's mostly coming down. But just for fun, if I do multiply that out, it would tell us what equivalent light bulb. In other words, if I put one of these up there, how many watts would I need? How many lumens would I need to get 1630 lux? Let's try that out. 20,300 lumens. That's a lot of lumens. In fact, if you wanted that many lumens, you'd need, I don't know, 1,200, 1,300 watts of this. You'd probably want some kind of a high pressure sodium or something to get that kind of light. Now in actuality, I happen to know that's a 4,400 lumen. If I divide by 4,400, we get 4.6. So we're actually getting 4.6 times the amount of light you would get if you used an incandescent or a CFL or anything else. Okay, now I've got another LED. Let me set that up and I'll get back to you. Okay, I set up the other. There's another LED up here. That one I've outfitted with a lens. Now using a reflector on these LEDs isn't of much use because there's no light going out behind them to reflect it, so the reflector would have to be in front. If you do want to use a lens, make sure you use optics glass, because cheap glass will absorb as much light as it's concentrating and you'll end up with no advantage whatsoever. So let's turn this guy on. Oh boy. Ooh, incandescent lights get red hot. Okay, this particular LED array has been tested at 1400 mA. Let's just give it 1400. That's a 38 volts, 1400. I'm getting 4,150 lux. Let me write that down. 4,150. And I'll just turn that current down. Although that guy's on a fan and it has a pretty big heat sink, so I'll leave it up. Okay, most LEDs can be ran at a higher current than their bin test. Bridgelux says they can run at 2 times the power for the Vero 18. Anyway, okay, let's try that trick again. How big a one of these would I need to give me 4,150 lux a meter away in the area of interest? We'll just figure that out. 4150. Oops, wrong key. Come on, 4150 times 12.5 steradians gives me 51,875 lumens. 51,000 lumens. I'm afraid you're not going to get 51,000 lumens out of any bulb like this I know of. In fact, you're going to need something like a 500 watt high pressure discharge lamp, some kind of arc lamp. Now I don't know the lumens of that particular one. I'd have to go look on the chart, but if I take my 51,000 divide by 4.8, I get 10,000, which I'm sure is still too high. I think that lens is concentrating the light quite a bit, so another way to figure that out is, I know it's 53 watts, so if I take 53 watts and clear 53 watts times, I think it's about 120 lumens per watt. That's about right, 6,360 lumens. But they're all coming down here in our area of interest. And that's pretty much sunlight. Great for plants. Okay, I guess that's it for now.